up, dude? What?
Hey, it's Sarsi time, boy.
Really?
Yeah. Hey guys, it's time to talk about Parthia. It's horsey boy time. Yes. Hey guys, what is up? Here we are on the custom battle, and we are going to take a look at these horsey boys roster. So I'm gonna go from left to right, and I'm gonna talk about every single one of the relevant units, and then we're gonna be talking about the strengths and weaknesses, and then we're gonna be selecting a tier for these guys. Well, buckle up, because we still have quite a bunch of units to go through. So let's start with the Bedouin Archers. And by the way, enjoy the battle that's going on in the background. It was pretty sweaty. Just a little bit. Anyway, Bedouin Archers, 3 attack, 5 defense, 2 charge, 7 missile attack. These guys are pretty decent. They scare horses, so if any cavalry unit gets into melee with them, they will have to watch out for that. They are not very good in melee anyway, so they should not hold for a long time. These guys are exactly the same as the horse archers. We will get to them. They're exactly the same, except they have camels. Anyway, the next unit is the Arab cavalry, and by the way, these units are mercenaries. Arab cavalry. They have 7 attack, 11 defense, 4 charged. They are okay. Alright, they are okay units. Not very strong indeed. Probably as strong as the Equites, maybe even a little bit less. So all in all, these guys, fast moving, good stamina. They have bonus fighting in the deserts, which in the deserts these guys are worthwhile for sure, but anywhere else they might not be. Then we have the Bedouin Warriors, which are pretty much the same as the Arab cavalry, but they are on camels. Even the stats are the same: 7 attack, 11 defense, 4 charge. These guys are really decent at fighting off enemy cav because they scare the horses. Alright, so definitely a good choice if you don't have a lot of money and you need something to fight cav, because the Parthians don't have, you know, decent spears. Maybe take some camel warriors. Anyway, then we had the onager, let's not talk about it, and then there's the Persian Cav. Persian Cavalry is one of the best units that you can recruit as the Parthians. Well, they cost 790, of course that you have access to the Catapults, but you need a good horse archery unit because that's the strength of the Parthians, and these guys will get the job done very well. They can run on the battlefield, they have long range missiles, they have good morale. They have 9 attack, 10 defense, 5 charge, so they actually do a decent job in melee. Not very great, but they do a decent job in melee, okay? So that's definitely a plus for them. Anyway, then we have the horse archers. This is the first evolution of the Persian cavalry. So horse archers evolve into Persian cavalry, especially in the campaign. You'll see that it's exactly like that. They have 3 attack, 2 defense, 2 charge, 7 missile attack. So it's the same missile attack, but less melee stats. So watch out for that. Alright, watch out for that. Less melee stats. If these guys get into melee, they are out of the game. They are vulnerable to missiles as well. So, things that the Persian Cav has sorted out. Now, we have war elephants. War elephants are pretty expensive units. I don't usually use war elephants because they can be countered easily by archers. With fire arrows, of course, so they can run amok. And so watch out. But they are a good unit, especially against infantry. If you're just fighting infantry, yeah, the war elephants might be a great choice for your armies. Then let's skip the generals and let's go straight into the cataphracts. The cataphracts are one of the best units of cavalry in the game. 7 attack, 23 defense, 9 charge. They have they're very well armored, they have good morale, they have a powerful charge, but then they have an even better unit, that's the cataphract camels. Like, I don't know if they're really better, but the stats are the same, except they have a combat bonus in the deserts, and they scare the horses. So why not take cataphract camels? And they are the same price. So I usually just take two horse cataphracts and then 2 cataphract camels. The thing is that the cataphract camels have a more spread out formation, so when you charge into other units, they do not get as much damage as if you charged with the cataphracts. So cataphract camels is really good against other cav, while cataphracts are better against infantry. This is how they separated the two of them, I think. So these are two of the best cavalry units or camelry units that these guys have. That are in the game, by the way. And then we go for the shitty units. So we have archers and slingers. Archers 3, 2, 1 attack, defense, charge. You should be seeing it on the screen. This is the standard archer unit. Then we have the slingers 3, 4, 1 standard slinger unit. These guys, I don't recruit them as Parthia. I don't need them. I think they're completely useless on this roster, especially when you have cavalry that are also archers. So, it's kind of pointless having slingers and archers, but it's good to have the option there. And then we go to the infantry. Infantry as the Parthians is terrible. And you have the Eastern Infantry, 3 attack, 10 defense, 1 charge, but they have poor morale. And then we have the Hillmen with 5 attack, 9 defense, 2 charge. They have good stamina, they're fast moving. So these guys are actually decent at outflanking, but then again, you don't have any good core of infantry to hold a line. So Hillmen are literally useless. They're decent against Cav, but then again, they have to charge you with because they're not getting anybody. So instead of recruiting Hillmen and Eastern Infantry, instead of spending money on these guys, just spend money on horse archers. They're better. They're horses and they're archers. So even though their stats are low, at least you'll be doing something with them. With the Hillmen and the Eastern Infantry, not much. All you'll be doing is routing with them. So this is it. These are all of the units except the generals and the onagers. I didn't speak about those, but that's because the onagers, well, the Parthians don't have siege onagers. They don't have ballistas. Nothing like that. They get access to the onagers, and that's it. And that's not too bad. But if you want to take out epic stone walls, you might want to take a few of these onagers. Anyway, so what are the strengths and weaknesses of the Parthians on the battlefield? Well, I think that first off, their strengths, it's the cavalry. The cavalry is really good. You have cataphracts and you have cataphracts. Jesus, I don't know how to speak. That is awesome, right? That is awesome. You have a cataphract for the infantry and you have a camel cataphract for the cavalry. What else could you ask for, right? So you know how to deal with two types of units. And then, of course, their Persian cavalry is a strength because the Persian cavalry have long-range missiles, so they can safely go around the enemy army and start shooting. And they're actually fast-moving because they're light cav, so they can actually go through the gaps in the enemy formation and just shoot them while they do that. So it's awesome, as you probably are seeing on the battlefield, on the battle in the background. Anyway, what are their weaknesses though? Because those are the only strengths they have. They have no other strength. That's it. What are their weaknesses? Well, their infantry is pretty much shit, so it's inexistent. They have no infantry, pretty much. Their missiles, well, they're just the base missiles. You're just better off taking some cavalry archers. They're better. And, of course, this faction is extremely micro-intensive. Alright? If you go on any battle where you're fighting with mostly horse archers and melee horses, it's extremely micro-intensive. You're gonna be microing everything every time. So this is not a faction for less experienced players. This is a faction for experienced players to play with their horse archers and improve their microwing skill. That's what the Parthians are here for. Anyway, guys, what is the tier? What tier should we pick for them? And I was really torn. Like, this is really hard to tell because what they're good at, they're really good at. But they're only really good at one thing, which is Cav, right? So that makes things a little bit difficult to say. Like, I enjoy playing with them as well, so that's another thing. I cannot just put my enjoyment of playing with the Parthians into this. However, I was thinking, like, should I put them in a C tier? Well, I don't think I should put them in the C. Well, even in a D tier, like, I could think about the D tier. I thought about it, but I was like, no, their cavalry is good. They have something that is good, so they cannot go into the D tier. D tier is reserved for factions that have nothing really good. So then we move into the C tier because they have really good cav. But that's not all they have, is it? Like, they might have really good cav. They have the catapults, but have the cataphract camels, which helps them against other cav. They have the horse archers that helps them against infantry. They have the cataphracts to charge infantry, all right? And they can field infantry, but they just don't do it. Oh, and they have the war elephants, right? Which is a really good thing. You know, it gives them a little bit more flexibility, especially against infantry. And one thing is that your cavalry is so fast that you're gonna have a lot of control of the battlefield. You're just gonna have to micro a lot, and so I raised it from the C and I put them on the B, and then I was thinking, well, is the B really fair? Is it really fair? Because there's a lot of players who are gonna have a lot of difficulties playing as Parthia. And look, guys, you know what was my final decision? I decided to go with the B tier, actually. You know why? I think they're average. So they have a really good strength, they have a really bad weakness, or two really bad weaknesses. Well, they're not the two really bad. It's like this faction is in the hands of a really experienced player. The experienced player will be able to wreck probably a lot of factions with it. I don't know if all factions, maybe those factions that are heavier on infantry, right? For example, the Greeks with their armored hoplites, the Romans with armored units. Maybe the Parthians will not do so well against them. Well, Battle of Carrhae, right? But maybe the Parthians are not gonna do so well against them. But then again, they have the cataphracts to charge where the enemy infantry is not looking. So, you know, they cannot be terrible, they cannot be bad, they cannot be good, they cannot be really good. They're average. On the hands of a really good player, they are gonna destroy. On the hands of an average player, they're not gonna do well, I think. So that is why I'm giving them the B tier. You need to practice a little bit with your micro to be able to do really good stuff with the Parthians, and as such, B tier, guys. Well, this has been it. If you guys disagree with this, please let me know. Please let me know what are your experiences with the Parthians. You know, do you usually play them? Do you not? Go ahead, share your experiences in the comments below, and I will be here to do another focus on another faction next time. Next video is gonna be the campaign for the Parthians, and in what tier will they be. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next time.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much.